الجد منك الجد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. One of the greatest muhaddithin, as we all know, was Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahullah ta'ala. And Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal was not only a lead of one of the Islamic school of thoughts, but also was a distinguished muhaddith who memorized more than 1 million hadith. And the ahadith that he memorized, not all of them are authentic, but he extracted the authentic ahadith from those 1 million hadith, and he put them in his book called al-Musnad. Now, there was one of his students who was as good as him, but probably was not very well known. And let's just listen to this very short story, but very, very nice story, and it really gives us aspiration these days. The name of this scholar was Baqī ibn Makhlad. Baqī ibn Makhlad. Baqī ibn Makhlad came from Andalusia, from Spain. He was a man who was born and grew up in Spain. So you can tell it was a very totally different environment. People were relaxed, happy. I mean, they have the Jannah of this dunya. Baqī ibn Makhlad left Spain in order to learn and study under Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, where? In Baghdad. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal was in Baghdad. During the time of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, he had to go through certain trial, because he was telling people that we have to follow the belief of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum about the names and attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Unfortunately, during that time, there was a fitna of, for example, does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala see or he doesn't? Does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hear or he doesn't? So they talked about this a lot, and unfortunately, some of the philosophical aspects came from the Greek tradition, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was shaped in a totally different way than how the Sahaba radiallahu anhum had. So Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal was the scholar who represented the belief of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah at that point in time. The sad news was the Khalifa of Muslimin, the Abbasiyan, he used to actually punish every scholar who would say the statement of the Sahaba. And he actually adopted those philosophies that came from Greek, and unfortunately he spread that. It's called Mu'tazila. It's a madhab that was in the past, alhamdulillah, no more now. It's called Mu'tazila. Anyways, so Ahmad ibn Hanbal, when he insisted that he will never change his mind and that he wanted to tell the truth to everyone, because he was the only one now, a big figure who represent this, he was asked, or he was forced by the Khalifa to stay at home and not to talk to any single person. He could not put him in prison directly, but he put him in his home, and he made some people to watch him, so that no one would talk him and learn from him the Sunnah. So Baqī ibn Makhlad went all the way from Spain to Baghdad, and he went to one of the big masajid at the beginning of his arrival to Baghdad to see a huge halqa of a great imam. He asked about who the imam was, and he was told Yahya ibn Ma'in. Yahya ibn Ma'in was another hadith scholar at his time. Now, Baqī ibn Makhlad knew that he wanted Ahmad ibn Hanbal, no one else. So while but he wanted to really verify his belief, and that Ahmad ibn Hanbal is worth his trip from Andalusia all the way to Baghdad. So after the couple of sessions that he attended there in Baghdad, he asked about Ahmad ibn Hanbal, and he was told that in no way you can meet with him. Even if you meet and you talk to him, you will be in trouble. So he wanted to just verify things. So after one of the sessions, he asked Imam Yahya ibn Ma'in, this one who has a great session. He asked him, what do you think of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal as a scholar in hadith and a scholar in Islam? So Yahya ibn Ma'in got very nervous, and he said, do you want me to talk about Ahmad ibn Hanbal? I am not at his level to even talk about him. So that's when Baqī ibn Makhlad said, okay, then I'm in the right place. So he was told about the house of Ahmad ibn Hanbal. He went to his house, he knocked the door, he waited until someone will get him. So one of his, Ahmad ibn Hanbal's daughter, opened the door for him. He said, I am a person who is begging. Like I'm a foreigner, I'm a traveler, and I want to get some food. But I need to get it from your father. So then Ahmad ibn Hanbal came, and he told him, I am Baqī ibn Makhlad. I came all the way from Indonesia to learn hadith from you. And he said, didn't you hear what happened to me? He said, I'm already aware of everything. However, I am not known in this land. So I will come to you, visit you every single day on a shape of a beggar. And at the, when you bring me some food, you teach me one hadith. Just one hadith. Every time I beg on you, you do that. Ahmad ibn Hanbal agreed to do this. And this has stayed for years until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it possible for Ahmad ibn Hanbal to get out of his house during the time of al-Wathiq, one of the Khalifas. And then Imam Ahmad went to his circle, which was the largest circle in Baghdad, and he put Baqī ibn Makhlad next to him. And he said, this is the real student of knowledge. Now I imagine this, that sometimes we hear a hadith, and we say, I don't have even 2 minutes to hear a hadith, and we leave. Hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we leave. We give our back and we leave. Sometimes we say, well, ya akhi, I'm busy with something else. I'm not even coming to the masjid for something to learn. Those people used to travel from Spain to Baghdad and pretend like a beggar and come every day, putting himself at risk of being caught by the Sultan, and yet he survived for multiple years. And by the way, Imam Baqī ibn Makhlad made a book, a compilation of hadith called Musnad al-Imam Baqī ibn Makhlad. And that Musnad is the largest compilation of hadith in the entire history of Islam, because he included the one of Imam Ahmad and others that he got hadith from. So those were our scholars. Those were the ones who have built the knowledge and the greatness that we, the Muslims, have inherited, and we have lived all the great things through them. And I hope, inshallah, we can repeat those memories, and we can repeat those instances, and we can have, inshallah, imams from the champions community to become like Imam Baqī ibn Makhlad, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam al-Shafi'i. Those were our greatest scholars, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.